오우 예.
The helmeted figure before you slowly turns to face you. He raises his weapon, a great ethereal sword, and rushes forward, ready to strike you. The figure plants a foot before you and swings his sword down, hard, stopping short just over the base of your skull. The sword seems to hesitate.
Your struggle is meaningless. You are too weak.
The wound forms, then heals, then forms again as you ride. The figure spins away from you, observes you through narrow eyes. The figure charges you head on, ready to plunge the sword. As he charges, he suddenly evaporates into the ether, passing. The figure materializes behind you and grabs your head with one hand, pressing his sword to your throat with the...
You are my champion? How I wasted my efforts saving you as the ship went down. Why should I do as you say? You were so easy to best.
He staggers back, holding his nose. The wound on your neck quick. He smiles.
You may do well after all. Recognize me. You
그대는 나의 챔피언이면 나는 그대의 신이라네.
He lifts his visor. Two deep green eyes fix you in their...
You have brought yourself. I see a spark in you. This is why you are my selected. My God will...
나의 신의 화신이야.
Let me show you.
A great surge of power arrests your heart, your mind.
You may have noticed I've tried to help you on your journey. I bless... And this is only the beginning. More and greater power. One marked for greatness. One who can either rise to this great task or let his people fall. Your purpose will be great. But the first step is simple. You and you alone must safely leave this place. You and you alone must rock. Good. But you must... I am not the only of the seven seeking a champion, my child. Your friends may have been similarly summoned by power.
He casts his gaze over the war below, where God fights...
Times have changed. The gods are at war. A father knows when he may trust in his children, and when he must do not disappoint.
새로운 기술 축복을 배웠습니다.
See? What did I tell you? Little god. So, who did you meet? What did you learn and all that?
Her eyes go wide.
Go on then. Show me what he taught you. I don't. Now go on. Ah, like that.
She takes you by the shoulders and gestures for you to do the same to her. She closes her eyes, and a warm, soothing sensation runs from her...
Hey, that stings.
She examines her hands, where the skin sizzles slightly beneath their new...
You really are, God. I'm... happy. Oh. Come then, we set sail, your destiny awaits, etc. You'll have to ask the Meister about that. She's dying to meet you.
Melody beckons you to the boat.
After you, darling. As you wish.
아, 다음 챕터로 넘어가는구나. 야, 그러기 전에 얘들 다 살리고 해야 돼. 얘들 살리고. 얘 혹시 또 안 팔고 있는 거 아니야? 얘 안 팔고 있으면 나 이제 큰일 난데.
Sure. Have a look.
안 파네 진짜. 헐. 그럼 여기 말고 걔한테 가야 되네. 다리.
The shrine depicts the hum.
여기 있다. 찾았다. 에이!
I only stock precious wares, are they not?
판다, 판다.
Stock precious wares, are they not?
교류의 지배자. 산산조각. 아이씨, 여기서 무기 요거 다 사고 가야 되는데.
The serenity in the eyes of the grand. This place feels like for the first time in what feels like forever, you feel safe. You know this is the statue's gift. You feel this.
갑시다. 이제 다음 맵으로. 사실 팔라딘 클레릭 하면 영입을 해야 되는데.
Let's go. Boat first, questions later.
Malady grabs the vessel with two hands.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prick.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers, then left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty, especially as odious a duty as those dead magisters held.
I'll be damned if I ever set foot on that island again. Don't care who I have to bury.
What were they thinking, standing against an Eternal? I almost pity the poor, ignorant beasts. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
뭐지?
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's his face and so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles, barely.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive. Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive. Question him. Someone has been hunting your kind, and Alexander fancies himself the only Godwoken worthy of ascending. As far as we know, you may even be the last still alive. If Alexander is guilty, he'll face justice. Yes, we certainly had better, but the ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
You're welcome to try, though I doubt it'll help.
What Gareth means to say is don't bother. Livewood will only move when it wants to, or in this tub's case, when it's forced to. That's right. The ship's made of an elven ancestor tree, the spirit of which is still trapped in every plank. What we need is a way to control the bloody thing.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is laced with dark magic.
These Seekers have such a limited
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope...
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they?
It's your best that'll save us all.
붉은 왕자. 다시 할 수 있구나. 어허.
Hey, don't I know? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band, look at me.
Losa leans back slightly.
But I'm not the same, am I? I want to make sure you understand, well, the risk. You don't get it. Can you do that? Promise? Either you'll do well, or...
She pinches your...
I knew I could. Let's go, Chief.
아니 어차피 너한테는 내 아이템 다 있다고 이 멍청한 놈아.
Being behind bars suits you,
Bro.
murderous scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else?
The door seems like any door. The wood groans, the face vanishes. The thud of your fist upon... The door remains unmarked. The anguished...
야, 내 아이템 가져가면 어떡하냐?
I was just getting used to this seafaring life. You ready?
We have to find a way to...
페인 어디 갔어, 페인? 아, 저기 있다, 페인. 야, 이만 페인, 야. 내 아이템 가져가면 어떡하냐? 어?
I must say, I was I'm
The skeleton...
샤라, 어차피. 왜? Why?
well, I mean, it's just... It's just that neither the warmth... Really?
The skeleton... You ponder...
A team? You certainly... Very well. I believe... Very well. Let's...
건방진 자식들. 내 아이템을 그리 다 가져가 놓고 뭔... 일단 이걸
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
눈부신 광희. 얘 모자 어디 갔지? 아, 여기 있다.
Nothing. Empty as Dallas's heart.
와우.
Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
Don't go any further, Godwoken. I know what's at stake. But I have to...
She glances over towards a small...
That was Brendan. When the ship... Nothing. The ship...
Her eyes flicker...
Thank you.
She sighs.
I know.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow. There's an odd mark on the side. Searing pain races. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm.
Sindelius, pray to you for my seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the light. Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The skin on your hand is all searing pain races. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Searing pain races. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past...
Here...
The figurehead continues its vigil. There's an odd mark. Searing pain races. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The skin on your hand is... The figurehead continues... There's an odd mark on the... Searing pain The pain intensifies.
Pray that they may find rest.
The figurehead continues its vigil. Searing pain races. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The skin on your... There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage. Weather staining. It almost looks like a pat. Searing pain races up your arm. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The searing pain... The pain intensifies.
Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. I know what's at...
She glances over to...
That was Brendan.
She sighs.
I know. Nothing. The ship is...
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once...
Thank you. We were held captive.
뭐 어떻게 하죠?
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest.
Before you is a towering figurehead. Before you is a towering figurehead. At that moment, the ship's searing pain races. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm, across your chest.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest.
Void Slayer. Undead is a name I wasn't expecting to call you, mind. Driftwood. My she... I won't let her think that. He's down there. Amazing to think that other god... We weren't the... We found... But let's leave. She's not. I don't know. But there are...
Garrett.
Keep...
아 이거 또 뭐 어떻게 해야 돼 이걸.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing. But what?
The door is still unmarked, though the memory of the face and its six-sided notch remains with you. The anguished fate... The door seems like any door, at least at first. The wood groans, the face vanishes. the thud of your fist.
No, that won't get you anywhere. Use the other door. Listen up so I don't have to repeat myself again. I am not an Fine. Answer the security question. The password is now. Answer the security question.
The face in the door is confused.
Drat. No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom door. No entry.
The door is still unmarked, though the memory of the door remains closed. It seems you need... The door is still unmarked, though the memory... The anguished face... The door is still unmarked, though the thud of your...
What's this? I found something.
Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
The Seeker flexes her...
I owe you, Godwaken.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold. All right then, just... don't make me regret it. Hope you find something useful.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the Divine. All right. Don't harm him.
Ifan grabs you by the sleeve, not hard.
Let me work on him. I've got questions that need answers.
Ifan approaches Alexander, who lies flat on a bed. Ifan grabs him by the jaw and shakes violently. Alexander's face contorts with agony and...
Why did you trigger the death fog before the elves had a chance to escape? What?
No matter how loud Ifan shouts his questions, there is no response from the unconscious Alexander. He turns and snarls at you, the expression on his face so without a word, Ifan strides away. Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his bruises swell beneath his eyes. A beautiful six-sided gem rests. The gem sits heavily in your pouch. Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. The bishop's white robes are stained with bruises swell beneath. Someone has wiped the... A young magister... She notices...
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The magister falls silent. The magister stares.
Magister Ranley. Magister Ranley, Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel.
The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appears once more. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe.
I am summoned. Speak the password. Yes. And
아하, 문을 열었다, 드디어. 아이, 네.
One more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full...
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here. Too weak to escape. Dallas took a particular interest in me. She kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her nose, it's... Oh, yes. And she could be a most cruel mistress.
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored.
She used some form of domination device on me. Well, the situation is looking immeasurable, so why don't you tell me all about my valiant rescuers? To whom...
If he's insulted, he hides it remarkably well.
Very well. We're all entitled to our secrets, I suppose. Oh, cast spells, tinker with relics, meddle with the laws of...
He clicks the gauntlet into
that damn contraption that she... Trust me. Convenient is a lot.
He takes the copper with a nod.
Perhaps my memory will come back with time. But for now, I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you. Under rather trial. You're painting me into...
Something tells me that he'll only bring us woe.
The Seekers are too trusting by half.
Let the creature live. He is hardly worth our...
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist.
We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal? A fine sentiment. But I have nothing revelatory for you. I am as you see me. There's likely not a soul aboard this ship without secrets they'd rather keep hidden. Why should I face... Well, pardon me if I don't put too much stock in your feelings. Knowledge? No. This piece is far The Magister's left me weakened. But I must admit, so if you should cross paths again, be sure to leave...